Hey, welcome to my video on fragrances with sex appeal. So where should I start? Now, first of all, first one I want to talk about, Hane Mori HM. Now this one opens up, you get maybe a little bit of lemon and kind of fresh floral, and the mint starts to kick in, almost like mint chocolate chip ice cream. It kind of has that fresh, ice cream sundae feel to it, and you get some vanilla and then a touch of chocolate. This one, a lot of people absolutely love it. Women absolutely go crazy over this stuff. This is one fragrance a lot of people absolutely love. Great scent to wear on a date, great projection, but it's a gourmand you could actually wear during the summer. Another one is Lodi Issy. Now, Issey Miyake is a spicy aquatic. And there's some woods in this one. It has kind of a sourness to it, just a little bit, but it's a very masculine kind of smell. It's very clean and fresh smelling. It definitely has sold, kind of has that skyscraper bottle like Hane Mori HM does, and Acqua di Gio. Now this one, I'm not a big fan of the juice. I've worn it a few times, but, it's fresh and clean aquatic with some ocean air and ocean notes, and then you get some rosemary, very aromatic ingredients, and some musk and wood. And this one has definitely been sold a lot because it's kind of a panty dropper to a lot of people, and it's definitely on that list, but it's also very commonplace. Now another one, La Nuit by Laurent. Now this one has a richer spice to it, and definitely has a very rich smell. Definitely a good one. Laurent really does a great job. Their ingredients tend to be very savory and full body. And this one has some caraway seeds. I definitely smell that aromatic kind of quality they have in it. And it's a very masculine, deep, dark, nighttime kind of smell. The white one is more the flowery, sweeter. So I like this one better. And another one, Roqueware 99. Now this one, when it dries down, people compare, the woodsy timber wood and the musk and amber, a little bit like the fresh feeling of Polo Blue. And so, this kind of has that nice smell, and it's kind of warm and sweet, but it's a very nice one. So a lot of people like it. And Polo Blue, another one that's kind of a panty dropper. A lot of women absolutely love that smell. But, it doesn't last that long. I don't have it in my collection. But another one, Platinum Egoist by Chanel, or Unpredictable by Glenparry. This one kind of has the same smell to it. It's definitely a sleeper, and women absolutely love this juice. So, what does it smell like? Definitely has, some musk and florals in it. It hasn't quite developed yet, but definitely has kind of a kick. And another one, Gucci Envy Per Homme. Now this is authority in a bottle. I mean, this juice says, I am king. This stuff it's very macho. Kind of a green old school feel to it, with nice spices. So they made it in 1998, and this stuff takes the 80s powerhouse kind of trend. And then, it's actually quite modern for, its time. This did not conform to making the Calvin Klein era aquatic and citrus with ocean breezes and fresh, or the Fougere of the 2000s. This one really carried out the old tradition in a very elegant and macho kind of way. And so this one says, I don't want to be like anything else. I'm going to be myself, and this one does a good job at it. I mean, Gucci Envy, I bought it. I wasn't thinking that much when I first got it, but I saw the bottle for 20-something. It's like, I'm grabbing that. And I didn't quite know what to think of it when I first sprayed it, but I wore it at several parties. People were like, oh my God, that is the best smell in the world. So Gucci's focus on dry down, and they focus on quality. So this one really is a great cologne. And another one that's a panty dropper, this one, very sexy for him by Victoria's Secret. Now, citrus aromatic, to me, I don't smell much. It's, there's some Sichuan pepper and some cinnamon that kind of sweetens up the citrus and gives it a little kick. And as it dries down, this one gets a little sweeter. So, a lot of women seem to really like this, and a lot of guys are like, what the hell? What is this stuff? So that's definitely, some of the panty dropper scents you may not want to wear. It's funny, what guys want to wear, a lot of women don't like the same. So another one's Le Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. Now this does have appeal. Now, do a lot of women like it? I don't know. Some do and some don't. But the ones that do love this juice. I mean, it kind of has that, it's a very sweet, heavy kind of fragrance. And the spices in this make it very fresh, with the lavender and the orange blossom. And then you have some powdery woods, and there's definitely amber in the base that heats this up. And, there is musk. People consider this as muskier. They'll tell me it is. No. The musk is a sweet, ambery musk that goes behind the vanilla that gives this kind of a candied feel. So this one is a gourmand. It's a very fresh kind of gourmand. I personally think it's very overrated, and I think that if you go into a fragrance shop and smell this, or even got sample vials, you'd find something that you like better. But, I'll mention it because there are people who absolutely love it. And another one, Joe Balm. Now, yes, this juice is strong. It does have a lot of enemies. It is purple juice in a bottle, and it was made in the late 80s, so, I mean, it is maybe a little bit outdated. It's very strong, but you get some cinnamon and vanilla. Musky cinnamon and a nice vanilla with a great dry down. This stuff smells better. If you got the chemistry, it's amazing smell. But, it is very heavy, and it is very sweet, too. But there are some people who absolutely love that smell. And another one is Cool Water Game. Now, this one has kind of that electric freshness that a lot of the Calvin Klein, like Euphoria, has. But this one also has kind of an aquatic melon feel to it. And women absolutely love this juice. I mean, it just has this freshness to it that really, it's one of the better Cool Waters. I mean, Cool Water Original is very appealing, but it also has a very simple smell, and some people consider it headache-inducing. This one's a little bit better, more modern, and it doesn't keep that. They're not trying to take Cool Water and tweak a couple notes and make a whole new sale, like the flankers are. And another one that really has a lot of appeal, Black Excess Paco Rabanne. There's some rich spices in this. It smells fresh, but then you gotta smell it another time because there's spice. Maybe it's a strawberry note. No, it's aromatic spices and Brazilian rosewood and some pralines, which give this kind of a kick. And it's a very complex smell. This is where Paco Rabanne put a lot of different ingredients and got them perfectly put together. So it's definitely a bad boy smell. And it's very provocative and very playful. Definitely great for a younger person. Great date night scent. And Armani Code by Giorgio Armani. Now this one, it's a little bit powdery, a little bit of tobacco and woods. And, basically this one is kind of an understated fresh scent. Doesn't use citrus that much, but it's kind of, in my opinion, it just follows the trend. I don't really wear it that much. But, Armani Code definitely has a fresh oriental kind of feel to it. I know a lot of women absolutely love this juice, so it's definitely on that list. But another one that's a panty dropper is Usher for him. This is an R&B singer. This is a good smoochy scent to listen to his music and wear. I mean, literally, he made an opening kind of like Cool Water in this, but then you get some woodsy musk. And if you got the chemistry for this, it is amazing. I mean, some people, it just disappears really fast. But if you have the chemistry, the woodsy musk, and, the leather and suede in this fragrance make it great. I mean, it keeps a little bit of fruit, and it's kind of a fresh, maybe almost like a fougere, but in a very good way, without the dry greenness. This has a very, almost aquatic feel that stays throughout the fragrance. So, it's really a nice one if you have the chemistry for it. It flourishes on some people's skin, and it doesn't do so well in others. But if, it's definitely a hit or miss, and it's worth trying out. And Burberry Touch is a woody floral musk kind of fragrance, and you get some very sensual woods and a nice electric transparent musk that kind of supports that. It doesn't stand like a musky smell, like a musk base. It's working perfectly in combination with all the other notes. And there's some spices in this, and it kind of has a powdery feel to it, but it's a very nice one. Very nice smell. A lot of people absolutely love this one. And, the number one panty dropper, in my opinion, is this Fierce Cologne by Abercrombie & Fitch. Now, this one has it all. I mean, it has, very fresh, sweet citrus. It's kind of a tart citrus. And then you get some vanilla and musk and some cedar and sandalwood. And this really gets heavy and nice. And it has a great smell, very youthful. And a lot of women absolutely go crazy for this stuff. It's definitely the king of the citrus. Now, in this video, I was talking about Le Male, and the reason I didn't think it was the best because there's two scents I think are number one panty droppers. One is Roca's Man by Roca, and this one has kind of a creamy chocolate coffee, but more of a coffee dry down. There is some vanilla in this one. It definitely has a lot of appeal. If you like sweet scents, Roca is the way to go. And it's made by Maurice Rouchel. And basically, this one is a classic. I mean, it's just amazing smell. And another one is Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. And this one has kind of a boozy accord to it. I mean, it definitely kind of carries it to a new level. And it has a little bit of Angel Men in the background. I mean, I do smell almost like there's just a little bit of chocolate in this one. But it really smells amazing. In the middle notes, when you get the boozy accords coming out and that malted feel to it, it's great. So those are two other ones that I think should be on there as number one panty droppers. Like, if you see Pure Malt, buy it. It's one of the best scents. Even if you got to get like a $30 little container of it, it's worth every cent. And you definitely will be impressing people. So thanks for watching.